the whole county. It's no wonder they call you Daft Alvin.
That don't sound like you, Horace.
That don't sound like me, Horace, because it ain't me, Horace. It's me, Spiny. Horace is coming right along, and he wants us to wait for him, quietly.
Why does Horace want us to meet him in this abandoned silver mine?
Oh, maybe because it's an abandoned silver mine. You ever think of that?
You know what? I don't waste too much time thinking about stuff.
That's not something to be proud of.
That's what you say.
Yeah, that's what I say.
I don't care.
Yeah?
No one cares what you say.
I'll say what I want.
Destitute. I shan't have you bickering. What do you say?
Quit shining your light in my face.
That is not what he said.
That's what I say.
I told you I don't care what you said. I told you. You sound like a pair of bickering baboons. Bantering over banana. But intelligent as baboons too. Now listen to me. We haven't got much time. We've got a great deal of work to do. Work? Wow. Spiny never said anything about work when he signed me up. I ain't much for work.
You ain't much for work. You ain't much for thinking. You don't sound like a henchman. You sound like a politician.
Are there rats in here? Why do you ask such a thing? I just feel like somebody's watching me.
And you think it's rats.
Yeah, millions of them. I can see their beady little eyes. I can hear them breathing. It's not pretty. They're big too. Enough with rats. We have a task at hand, and I don't have time to add later. Childish fears your own dead shit. What do you say?
Beats me. You got right by me that time. Something about rats with dentures.
As I was saying, we have a great task at hand. Here, look at this map I have and try to follow along. I cannot see anything. Excuse me. It's like working with children. Enough! Now look here. This is our Fairburg Dam. Here's the course of Cherry Creeks that winds in town. That'll be important in a minute, so stay with me on this. I happened to intercept a telegram from the governor, and it seems he's been working with the railroad to build a spur through Denver along the banks of Cherry Creek. And on that spur will be a new station. They shall be in town next week to buy the land. And we're all going to be rich. How did you come up with that? Oh. Well, I just figured, you know, the railroad and all. You just get rich. I don't know. There's a little bit more to it than that, and that's what I'm trying to explain. Now back to the map. Here's a piece of flat barren land, 3 miles from the railroad interest. I own it. It's worth $25 on a good day, if tumbleweeds are selling well. I bought it to build a horse-fed acre, but there seems to be no interest in my grand plan, so I'm stuck with it. The property the railroad wants is here, and I don't happen to own it. Location, location, location. Looks like you're gonna have to buy the land. Easier said than done, my half-witted friend. My resources for land purchasing are exhausted, so I'll have to resort to another scheme.
What do you intend to do?
I haven't exactly got the money to buy the property, so I'll have to drive the whole farmland out there and get Mary to sign her the deed to me. I will offer her a trade. Her hotel room in Cherry Creek for Horseback Acres Desert Resort. It will be a simple affair, and the widows will be simply devastated. How?
Have you dealt with Mary? She's as sharp and savage as they get. Would be easier to push a buffalo through a snail's ear. You better have a great plan in mind.
You know I do. I shall require assistance in motivating the widow woman to sign her name. She'll need a good scare to send her packing, and that's what I have you for.
So what are you gonna do?
Miss Spine will pose as a health inspector and inform him of the dreaded pneumonia outbreak. I have concocted this terrible disease, which is transferred by waterborne pestilence. I did not get any of that. I barely work with English, and now he's throwing French around.
That's some disease horse made up that comes up floating down Cherry Creek on a raft of germs. Since the Widow Hotel backs up to Cherry Creek, they want to get out in a hurry.
Oh, wow. Wait, so they'll sell the horse?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what put Spiny. Oh, except the raft jersey. That was somewhat stupid.
I have a poetic streak, Horace. Sometimes I just need to paint a picture with words.
How about Pink? Stagehead! Hurry up, Stagehead! Get over here right now, Stagehead! Hurry up! I'm coming! How about I pinch you upside the head with a stick? Time for poetry? Are there any questions? Oh, I have one horse. Yes, you. You sit in the back. Did you call me? Yes, you. Oh, there is no one else in the back. Sorry. Well, you see, big old Spiny has a job, but I don't have anything to do. How come I don't have anything to do? You, my clever friend, shall be a victim of the dreaded pneumonia outbreak. You will be oh so very sick, and accompany Inspector Spiny on his visit to the House of Widows. You will be a pitiful sight, and sure to move them to flee for their lives. If there's one thing I can be, it's pitiful.
I used to think it was a nickname, but he's earned the name Daft Alvin.
That's it then. My plan is unfurled. You shall make the visit, and I shall follow up with my offer to trade properties. Off with you both. Oh, how I do miss the old days, when I could just throw clothes out in order and drive them out. But times have changed. Besides, I don't own them more. So I'll have to make do with the section and larceny. Ha ha ha! Congrats,
It appears that Horace Horsefat and friends didn't know that this is where I always come for an afternoon prayer and a quiet time. How odd to have one's spiritual calm interrupted by boastings of deception and larceny. But how great that I can now derail this great railroad scam before it can do damage. Wherever evil rears its ugly head, I must draw the sword of justice and lop it off. This is the job of Pat Pasternak, crime fighter of the cloth. There's evil afoot, and it's heading your way. Horsefat, that cat, that fiend has Hasselpot to take this fine establishment from you and leave you stranded with nothing but a tumbleweed farm.
I would prefer Radish Ranch. The sun's serious. Have a seat, Pastor. Tell me what you were talking about. I can't imagine anyone wanting this place. It's the Pitts living on Cherry Creek.
Would that be cherry pits? Horsefat doesn't want to live here. If he can get you to trade for his worthless property, he intends to sell this land to the railroad for a new station. This property's worth a fortune.
sell to him. He has already been around trying to get me to trade. I'm not the least bit interested.
He's having his cohort dressed up as a health inspector to try to convince you that a dreaded disease has infested Cherry Creek. A Muhunga outbreak.
Wouldn't that be infected rather than infested? Infect is a disease. Infest is like rats or something.
Okay, but that's not the point. He intends to swindle you out of this land.
Curses! Full again. Now what do I do?
If the truth be known, Pastor, this isn't my land. It belongs to Auntie May. I just run it for her. So Horace Horseface can tell us all he wants to, but it won't do him a bit of good.
That's horse fact. So Auntie May's the pride. That's delightful. I'm not quite as fooled as I thought. Auntie May's the easiest mark in the West.
But that's not good news. Auntie May is the easiest mark in the West. You'll surely get a hotel from her.
But how will Horace Horsefeather ever know? It's safe as long as I'm around.
That's horse fact. And you won't have to worry about being around much longer. After all, kidnapping is a specialty of mine.
Open up. If a health inspector, and I got powerful news.
Oh no, I didn't know Spider was going to act so quickly. I need a chance to regroup and come up with a new plan. Any suggestions?
Well, Pastor, it looks like the bad guys are here.
Send them away!
Invite them in.
Come in, Inspector. What news do you have for me?
My name is Inspector Spidey, and I represent the great city of Denver, Health and Contamination Services.
I've never heard such a thing.
It's new. Ever since that outbreak of swine flu a few weeks ago, the city has focused on more and better health services. And it's lucky for you they have.
Haven't I seen you down on Larimer Street at the gambling and drinking dens? I've witnessed down there, and you look mighty familiar.
That would be my twin brother, you see. The despicable character.
Sonny, I don't know how to
Back to the issue on hand. We've been sent from the health captain to inform you of a terrible disease that's running rampant up and down the banks of Terry Creek. Like a great swarm of darkness swarming over the unsuspecting.
Disease. I've got to do something before all is lost. Think.
Swarming?
Swarming! It's the first ever reported sighting of the dreaded Mahunga outbreak. Sure, we can live with a few dead squirrels on the sidewalk and perhaps a handful of rodents straggling around the yard till they fall over in a pile. Or maybe even a few of the neighbors' cats lying with their tongues hanging out. But now it's gotten truly bad.
How bad is it?
People are being infested now.
Always the rats. I tell you, there are rats everywhere.
Okay, but that's not the point. The dreaded Mahunga outbreak has infested people. That's right, people. Poor Daft Salmon here has been infected. Infested. He's got the thing. I brought him to show you how ugly it can get. Look how pitiful he looks.
Are those sores on your face or blackberry jelly?
These would be Muhunga spots. That ain't the worst of it either.
We could pray for you,
Yeah.
It looks like you need it. Not only do you have those purple spots all over your face, but your hand is on backwards, too. I don't know what could be worse than that.
Well, things fall off. Things fall off. Things fall off.
This is terrible. How can you be so calm?
I was expecting it. This morning, 3 toes fell off on the way to the sock.
We have to get you to medical attention immediately. This is terrible.
It's no use. It's incurable. Fortunately, there's no pain. But there's also nothing we can do except wait until it falls apart, that is.
I used to be somebody's right-hand man.
You can feed danger. Run for your lives. Get out of this place.
That's the other thing. A horse fat over to trade place for mine.
Do it. Take the trade. Save your lives and keep yourselves intact and away from the purple spot.
But I could never trade with someone if I subjected them to the Judgment Hunger outbreak. That would be immoral.
And it would just be plain rude. We'll have to quarantine this place. Nobody can come or go till we've solved this dreadful thing.
Well, that ain't how it's supposed to work.
Quiet. That sounds noble and such, but quarantining ain't the answer. The threat of the hunger outbreak can only be destroyed by fire. Yeah, that's it, fire. So make your swap with Horsefat with the stipulation he has to burn this place down. That'll take inner moral responsibility away. She'll eat that moral responsibility baloney right up.
Why on earth would he want to trade when he winds up just an empty lot?
That would work out fine, as far as I know.
Quiet out. That's another thing with the dread of the hunger outbreak. You say really stupid things. So make your swap with Horsefat.
No need calling Horsefat is here. The jig is up. Somehow Pastor found out what we were doing.
That's Pastor Pat, Pastor Nat.
Say that 3 times fast and I'll give you a marble. Wow, I really like marbles. Pastor Nat. They're on to us.
Ooh, hey! So I can take this delicious grape jelly off my face? And you can put your arm back on too.
Oh, here's the funny thing. This is not my real arm. I still have my real arm. This was just a fake. Enough! You'll both be coming with us.
Hold me back. I'm unarmed.
Me too. You figure, you're a sneaky little guy. We'll take him on the back.
You'll never get me out of this hotel to you.
How will you ever get the deed now?
My great criminal mind is never derailed by a pair of simpletons. Are you talking about them or us?
He was talking about that.
I was when I started, but you forced me to reconsider. Now all is following. We'll take him to the sawmill and hold him captive till the railroad deal is done.
It would appear that Mary is missing, but it's only been since last night. Do we want to wait a few days and see if she shows up?
Mary never comes up missing. No sense waiting for a couple days. We have a crime here, I'm certain.
You know, you're jumping to conclusions pretty fast, Miss...
June, my name is June.
June, I knew that. You know, for some reason I thought you were May.
I'm May. I'm the sweet one.
Oh, so we have May, June, and that would make you July.
That would make me April. Nice try. Now, May, just a little bit naive, that doesn't automatically make you the sweet one.
I hear tell it does. Besides, June is just the practical, forceful one. And you're the old spinster. That leaves me as the sweet one.
Spinster? That's a terrible thing to say. Who calls me a spinster?
I could get you a list.
Ladies, this discussion is a little off the trail. We need to talk about Mary being missing. Now, you say you saw her leave last night in the company of a group of men.
Well, we can't for certain. It was getting towards dark and there's always people coming and going here. We were on the front veranda. We were rocking. We do that, you know. Just sit on the veranda and take a nice rock. We were on the veranda when a group of men snuck off to the side of the house. They came from the back. I know I heard Mary's voice.
And what did she say?
It was a little odd. It sounded like she said, "Stop getting jelly."
I didn't hear anything. I just think June is a busybody, minding the neighbor's business.
She don't have any neighbors.
That's why it's so nice here when we rock on the veranda.
So what I have is this: perhaps a crime is committed. But we don't know, and the witnesses keep contradicting each other. It ain't much to go on.
Well, we're just worried about our Aunt Mary, and we need you to find her, Sheriff. Something terrible could have happened.
She was probably kidnapped.
She's not really a kid, April. She's more like a lady now.
No, I think April is right. The word is kidnapped.
Oh, why, Sheriff, thank you for standing up for me like that. No one's really done that before. Is there a Mrs. Sheriff? There might be hope for this old spinster yet.
Well, no, ma'am, I haven't got a missus. Why do you ask?
Hold on there. Rein in your horses, both you. We're not here to set up a witching edition of The Bachelor. We need to find Mary. Something has befallen her, and it's up to us to rescue her. We need to move to action now. Sheriff, round up your posse, search every building, corral every crook, climb every mountain, swim every stream. It's time to turn this town upside down.
My posse is 2 people. On a good day. And they aren't much good at turning a town upside down. I don't think I can muster the kind of production you're looking for.
So what do you intend to do? Aren't you being a little pushy, June dear? The sheriff knows how to do sheriff stuff, and you just need to let him do it.
I would bet he knows how to do sheriff stuff real well.
And you know how to do Spencer stuff real well. You be nice to her, June. Remember, even a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while.
And I think I'm looking at mine.
Ooh, hold that thought. Stagehand, refill this coffee and throw in a donut.
I think you frightened the sheriff, dear. Can't hardly blame him. What are we gonna do? I'm concerned that the sheriff won't pay no mind to our troubles. So, how's the weather?
Well, it's been cloudy then.
Yep. You barely ever go outside, though, except when you're rocking the veranda.
Yeah.
Perhaps that's the sheriff with a clue. No, I think he's still clueless. Whoever it is, come in.
Hello. Special delivery for Mrs. Aunt May.
You're the delivery man? You don't look familiar.
I am today. This is the house the widow's bought.
It is, and I'm Aunt May, the head widow. I was married, you see, a long time ago. Poor Wilbur died under a horse. Terrible thing, just terrible.
I had every intention of not asking, but I have to. What do you mean? He died under a horse?
Did I say horse? I meant house. He was built on our house, and he tried to put the foundation in after it was built. Fell on it and died.
So there's no horse in the story.
Well, who said anything about a horse?
You'll have to excuse her. Sometimes facts and fiction can mix up, and who knows what comes out.
Sounds like she has a future in politics. Why was it put on the foundation after it was built? The foundation comes before anything else.
Well, we saved a lot of money by not putting in the foundation. We used the money we saved to buy this hotel.
Did Wilbur have a brother named Alvin?
Well, yes, he did, as a matter of fact. I haven't heard from him in years.
People call it Dast Alvin.
Never mind, this has gone far off the trail. The point before all this nonsense was a special delivery gram from a Miss Mary.
I'll take that. Dear Auntie May, I've been called away to a funeral in St. Louis. My great uncle Wester passed on. I had to rush to make the mourning stage, so I could say goodbye. I'll be back in 2 or 3 or 4 weeks.
That don't sound like Mary, leaving out saying goodbye or leaving a pie or anything.
While I'm gone, a Mr. Horsefat will be by to do a business deal.
I don't know nothing about business.
That's what Horsefat had planned.
What'd you say?
I said, of course, the sand. It's an old Indian saying, meaning if something's confusing, just go ahead and do it, and it'll all work out fine. More or less.
As I was saying, a Horsefat will be by to do a business deal. I have arranged to trade the derelict House of Widows for a beautiful piece of property he has just 3 miles away. I have checked out all the details and it is a great deal. Go ahead and sign over the deed to him.
But I don't know about that.
P.S. Trust me.
Oh, well, that sounds that she said, trust me.
This writing looks suspicious, almost masculine in style. What if Mary didn't write this?
Who is she? Sherlock Hemlock? At any rate, I need to go. I only get 3 minutes per stop.
It's so sad about Mary's great Uncle Wester.
Something's not quite right. I'm almost positive she has no relatives back east.
No, dear, not Uncle Easter, Uncle Wester.
Whether it be Easter, Western, Norther, or Souther, something's up and I don't like it.
Come in. Everyone else does.
It is I, Horsefat. Here to accumulate my appointment with the fair Lady Mary. Proud of this fine establishment. What did he say?
He said he's here to see Mary, just like the message said.
Well, if you ask me, he's got $10 top coming off a $2 tongue.
I don't think we were asking you, but thanks for trying to participate. Oh, brother. Now, can any of you direct me to Miss Mary?
I'm sorry. She's gone to St. Louis. Won't be back for 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or maybe even 6 weeks.
Oh, no. This is terrible. She made an appointment for me to be here, and then she flees to St. Louis. I will have to cancel our transaction. She told us about that business deal. We could still do it. We are to trade the deed for this place for the deed to Horsefat Acres. How can someone else sign over the deed? I could sign over the deed. After all, I own this place. But this place is worth over $300. This new place, Horsefat Acres. What is it? Is it worth that much? What kind of building will we get? The development has just been completed. If you consider a single tent with holes in it to be a development, that's it. It's everything the value of what you have here. Trust me.
Trust me, that was on the bottom of the letter. Mary never says that, but you do. Now I know what's going on.
Settle down, June. Your persnickety nature's becoming a little annoying.
I'm not being persnickety.
Or so. I apologize to my sisters, Mr. Horsetooth. The honest trusting is me. Do you have the paperwork with you? I'd be glad to sign your papers.
Don't do it!
Take her down, April. You have an odd favor, ma'am. I feel as if I'm in some danger. You would be, but April has a headlock that works every time. June gets acres. Stop it! You can have till Thursday to evacuate this premises. I'm sure you'll find your new accompanist just then. This was easier than stealing candy from a baby. And once they find out what they traded for, I'll just blame Mary for everything. What a grand day to be me. Ha ha ha!
It was a pleasure doing business with you, and it was easy. I shall have to do more business.
I can do business anytime.
Stop it! That's plenty, dear. You're overreacting just a bit, I would say.
In a show like this, what's the difference?
All I have to do is push this button. And the saw starts. And then it's curtains for both of you.
I would say it'd be more like sliced tomatoes. What's stopping you?
Forrest said not to.
So you can't just push the button whenever you want to?
Can so. I just don't want to.
Now, Alvin, you know it's wrong to cut people up with a giant saw. You need to let us go.
You're just saying that because you're a creature.
No, I think anyone in this circumstance would see it that way. It's just the right thing to say.
I agree. I think you should let us go. Otherwise, you'll be in big trouble, and the lava would tough on you.
Actually, you can go ahead. I'm not afraid to die. I've made peace with my lord, and I don't have anything to fear. Hit the button.
Wow.
Hold on there, buckaroo. I'm tired of business too, you know. I'm not so quite ready to go.
Let's talk about that.
Stop it. Stop it. We're really not going to decide what. Horace just said that so you'd be scared.
Then you may as well just let us go.
No, I'm not doing that neither. Horace said he'd be tired up here. Wait. Until after the railroad buys the land. Yeah, that's right. And then he's just gonna throw you in a railroad car to Florida. That'll be good.
You could die in their rail car to Florida, all tied up with nothing to eat. You don't want that. Neither do I.
You talk too much, but you have a point about food. In fact, I think I'm hungry for a little possum stew.
Possum, the other white meat.
Don't you two try anything funny.
There hasn't been anything funny yet. Why start now?
I have a plan. See that ray of sunlight just beside me?
Well, no, I can't very well see anything over by you.
Then trust me, there's a ray of sunlight. And if I can reflect the sunlight off my spectacles, I can burn the rope holiness.
Be careful. People that burn their eyes playing like that.
Ouch!
What is it? Are you okay?
Yeah, I seem to be burning my face. Let me try again. Ah, it hurts too. Here, from right here it doesn't hurt. How close am I to the rope?
I really can't see a little ray anywhere. Ow, you're burning my leg.
Then I guess I need to come up a little. How about that?
I can see the light.
I've been praying for that, Mary.
Okay, now move just a little. Just a few inches higher. There you have it. Don't move. It's working.
I'm a little bit afraid. If I can just get loose before Daft Alvin finishes his possum roundup, we'll be off with more horseback plans.
Hey, what are you doing? You ain't supposed to be loose.
No, it's okay. Go back to your road of poaching. We'll be just fine.
Seems good to me. Are you sure? Sounds good. Wait. No. Oh! Now I remember.
bounds. Wherever the innocent are travailed upon, there I will be. Besides, this is a lot more fun than a council meeting.
Reach for the sky, sister. Looks like the last guns are with, and that would be me. It's a good day, Mimi. Spotty, get in here and help Death Cover tie them up with Horace. This time there will be no mistakes, and once everyone's nice and tied up, we'll turn this on and make pepperoni senses out of all of y'all. Why did you come back, Horace? Because of the caliber of men I'm watching.
Wow, thank you.
Besides, Pastor, sneaky little guys.
That's Pastor Pat Pasternak.
Crime fighter of the clock.
How about crime fighter with sawdust?
We're not done yet.
You kind of spunky for a guy who is able to sing a two-part harmony all by himself.
I stand on the rock.
Well, I stand on a power button.
Ooh, and I stand off to the side, so I won't get hurt.
I can hardly stand it.
What do you have to say for yourselves?
I say I better hurry. I have an appointment with the railroad people at the House of Widows. I've got the deeds of the property in my hot hands, and the price I'm getting is $10,000.
You sell us over $10,000?
I'll tell you over 3 French hens, 2 turtle dogs.
And a partridge in the factory!
You didn't think I could say that?
I just didn't think.
Oh, we'll be renegotiating your contract after this. I may even trade you for a future draft pick.
I know about this horse. It's tied up with a bundle of sticks.
How appropriate. My 3 little stick figures off to see the saw.
Whoa, a seesaw. Wow. I used to play in a seesaw, although I was always bigger than the other kids. They made me stop playing on it after I launched a few of them.
That was you? Some days being a criminal mastermind is a lot like a daycare. Come on, you legend helpers, it's time.
You'll never get away with this.
All I want you are, I already have. The deal will close as planned, and as far as you're concerned, you're in for a ripping good time. Here, give me a pot drop.
That looks pretty grim. The only thing I can think of when we struck was praise.
Praying always enhances struggle.
This would be a good time for a miracle.
I'm praying for 2, hoping for 1.
I'm praying for him counting on 1, real fast. No, I guess that would be infected rather than infested. Infected is disease. Infested is like bats or something.
It looks like this is the end.
We need to be brave.
We need to have a beam from the ceiling, drop into the sky, and wedge it to the sawmill.
That was the miracle we are praying for?
That was as good as any.
I was at least praying that the engine would run out of gas. That makes more sense. It has a much higher chance of happening.
What kind of miracle would it be if the engine really ran out of gas? That sort of thing happens all the time.
Well, it isn't happening now. I'm about to be beside myself, and you're about to be half the big use for me.
Help has arrived. We're Seems to have no effect.
The button is busted. That won't fix it. Find something to wedge into the saw.
Yuck! Decaf! Stupid stagehand.
That reminds me. Mary, what did you pray for?
That something like that would happen.
Did I miss something here?
Sometimes you will tell you. That way you can get the whole picture. You know, see the light.
Ugh.
What made you come here anyway? Another miracle?
Oh, it was the donuts. But I got sent here by a mysterious telegram.
Who would send you a telegram about us being trapped up here?
I don't know. And I would have been here sooner, but the telegram was pretty difficult to understand.
What did it say?
It said, did-it-it, dot, 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 did-it-it.
What was the translation?
It said, help, I'm being smelled in a slobbill.
What on earth does that mean?
You know, I think it was someone with a cold.
Help, I'm being smelled in a swamp.
Help, I'm being held in the sauna. Pretty simple.
Not so. Even if you said something cold, the operator would have gotten around me sitting.
Unless the operator didn't send it. It was probably someone who didn't know all of Morse code.
So he was misspelling his words?
Well, let's see. He did it when he should have dotted, and he dotted when a double dip was due.
This did-dot drama is thoroughly confusing. If we didn't have time to solve it now, it'd be a bigger fish to fry.
Fish to fry, but it's not even Friday.
Speaking of fish to fry, I have a fresh string of trout home awaiting the barbecue. Fished them up on the way to the slawbill.
You went fishing?
Easy, easy. I got my fishing license right here. I swear, I'll even show it to you.
We don't care about your stupid fishing license, you numbskull. We were getting sawed to pieces while you were worried about dinner.
I didn't know what the message said. I needed time to figure it out. And you all are probably wondering how I got the telegram and went fishing all in that short amount of time. Well, I keep my dramatic license right here next to my fishing license. That's right next to my Starbucks card. And that's right next to my Caribou coffee card. Buy 10, get one free. See, ladies, it all worked out all right. No need to get violent.
Okay, worked out okay. I was in interim certain debt. I'll need counseling for years to get over this.
That's enough, ladies. Let it live. We need to thwart Horseback's plans. If he closes the deal, makes the 4 o'clock stage, we'll never see him again.
Let's off to get the bad guys.
We're not done with you yet.
Not by a long shot. This is just on hold.
Women just do not understand when a man goes fishing.
I'll tell you the truth, I'd rather have the 10 legs of Egypt than those 2 mad at me. You better find a way to make friends.
Make friends, huh? Well, I could take them fishing.
Come on, gentlemen.
Whoa!
The papers are correct. Ooh, the deed is in hand and clear from any encumbrances. Now, Mr. Burlington, if you and Mr. Northern will show me these papers I need to sign, I'll get out of there.
This is an interesting turn of events. Finding a possession of the deed
$25.
What? That's an outrage. That's impossible. This property's worth a fortune. I reject your offer.
You can't reject your offer. If the governor condemns this property, you can sell it better. $25. It's all in the paperwork. It's all legal. And it takes effect whether you sign it or not.
I have these thieves, crooks, spotted up and let them have it.
Hold it right there. There will be no shooting. Throw it on your arms.
Just quit talking to me.
Sheriff, you're just in time to save me from being put upon. These two thieves are trying to swindle me out of my property.
That you swindled from Monty May.
First come, first served.
You're absolutely right, Mr. Horsehat. These two are here crooks. This man here is Delbert Burlington. He specializes in claim jumping.
You're not with the railroad?
That's my brother Ed.
And you?
I'm Ned Northern. My father is Ned Senior over the railroad. I'm also a plane jumper. I like other people's gold.
What is going on here? What has gold got to do with any of this?
This property is on the banks of Cherry Creek. The first gold rush in Denver was on these shores. But the Nuggets ran out long ago. Or at least, that's what we all thought.
And I own it. It's all mine.
Boo!
Not quite. You're going to jail for the multitude of crimes you committed this last week. And you bought the last donut.
Sheriff, drop that gun or it's gonna get ugly.
Look in the mirror, mister. Ugly already hit.
Dude, that's my only friend.
Hit him!
Everyone freeze! Party's over.
Not yet.
That's it.
Get him, Widow May! Get him!
I'm out.
Boo! Boo! Hurry up, Pastor!
That's what?
Take care of him, spinster!
That's two.
Woo! Yeah!
You betrayed me?
I couldn't just let you slice up them folks, or just wasn't nice.
Spiny, I reckon it was you who wrote the telegram that sent me to the sawmill. Daft Alvin would have never thought of it, that's for sure.
My Morse code is a bit rusty, I'm afraid.
Just did the trick. Did the right thing, Spiny.
What is going on here?
There's still a little twist in the story.
What is this, Grand Central Station?
The plot appears to thicken again.
Tell him, May. This will have the hair on a horseback's neck stand up.
My neck hair is quite fine as it is.
I should know. I've been seeing it for years.
Well, color be surprised.
Color me, Lee. Color Horace, stupid. You're supposed to say color me, stupid.
I did. I said color you stupid.
Anyway, when I was a little girl about 25 years ago, we had a mighty big flood.
I remember that. It was a terrible time.
Getting through this story is a terrible time. Hey, give me a cough drop.
You look down the hole anyway, even if it wasn't for Aunt May's clever father. It was your own selfishness that led you to this predicament. How many of us have the great gifts of God in our lives and trample them in search of selfish desires?
Pastor Pasternak?
Yes, Dad.
I don't know.
Make that a trillion and two, Sonny. I just caught these plane jumpers trying to jump ship, but you can't fool this old sister. Sheriff, take them away.
Sheriff, take me away. I've had enough.
I'll need help.
Yeah, get your stinking coffee.
Shut up, stagehand. I've never had such a passel of crooks in one place before.
I think a group of crooks is a gaggle rather than a pack.
Gaggle.
It's a pass of carrots, a gaggle of geese, and I think it is a rook of crooks.
Rook of crooks.
A rook is a group of crows, but a rook of crooks sounds a lot better.
Oh, rook of crooks.
What's the matter?
Crooks back in the hospital.
Ooh, I want to know that. They were out. You lay on the grass. Oh,
I'm assuming the bantering will continue until the cows come home. But you don't need to stick around for all of that. The great Denver railroad scam has been subverted, and good again triumphs over evil. The sun again sets on the peaceful horizon as our day comes to an end. This Broncos took us on a wild ride, but I have to say, it was fun, wasn't it? Anyway, hitch up your wagon, and we'll see you at the next one. And by the way, always expect a miracle.